the top 5 players left in the NBA playoffs, correct?
Yes.
Versus top 5 players who are out of the playoffs.
Who were eliminated.
So we're matching up these teams.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here's my team of the top 5 best offensive players in the playoffs that I want on my team. Kevin Durant, not even a question.
Easy.
You guys agree? Not even a question?
Easy.
55, 50, 90. Okay. Kyrie Irving, James Harden. Just give me the Nets team.
Just the Nets.
Just give me the Nets. Let's just start off with the Nets.
All
That's
right.
3 players.
All
James
right.
Harden, Kyrie, KD. Jokic. I mean, the numbers Jokic put up, he's going to be the MVP this year in the league. I know
Okay.
Key doesn't feel about it. The Eggman, as our boy Evan Wilner will call him, special talent. And then I go with Kawhi Leonard. I mean, only averaged 30 points in his last series, shooting 60% from the field. He is the Terminator. That's my starting 5 of players in the playoffs currently.
It's a pretty damn good
So
team.
no Giannis.
No Giannis.
No Giannis. Okay, but still, that's a pretty damn good team.
No Giannis right
So
now.
give me your 5 who were eliminated in the playoffs.
Wow, this is where it got tough. Okay, so I went small ball here. You could put AD on here, but I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Injury prone. I'm not sure yet. LeBron James.
Yeah.
Right? We're on the same boat about LeBron James.
Of course.
Okay, we just talked about the other player who's about to sign a $200 million extension. LeBron James finally gets a guy that he wants to sign to a signature shoe. Luka Doncic and LeBron James on the same team. It's happening. That's scary. That's scary, especially the way Luka can shoot.
Yep.
Dollar Dame. Dame Dollar. Whatever you want to call him. He gives you buckets.
Same time.
Dame time. All day long. Those 3. I got to put this guy on there. He's a Washington Wizard. Led the league in scoring. Bradley Beal.
Oh, yeah.
Bradley, just whatever way you want it, he don't give it to you now. Him playing off Luka and LeBron and Dame, small ball, problems. And then on top of that, I got Steph Curry.
The chef.
The chef. It's small ball. I like small ball. I'm a guard, 6'1.5".
Noticing that. Big
Yeah,
man,
you know.
big man bias.
Yeah. I mean, what you can go, that's it. That's the squad. You tell me I don't know who's being that squad.
I don't know, Key. Which one would you take?
So all
got the 3
9 in the
Nets.
playoffs, we got LeBron James, Steph Curry, Dame, Bradley Beal, Luka Doncic.
Look at these teams.
In the playoffs, we got Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Giannis. No, Jokic.
No,
Jokic.
Jokic, not Giannis.
You got a little mess up. Jokic.
So
Jokic is in.
Yeah,
The
Jokic.
graphic is wrong on ESPN too, but that's all right.
Who am I taking?
Who are you taking?
I'm gonna probably
It's hard to go against small ball, man.
probably take the team that's in the playoffs.
Really? The
Yeah.
3 Nets, Jokic, and
Yeah, he say it's hard to go against small ball. That
Kawhi.
is small ball, other than Jokic.
yeah, Jokic.
And I
is-
get out the
Jokic
way.
is a willing passer.
Think
too.
about,
Yeah, but I'm
well,
just
think
like,
about
get
the
out the
several
way.
willing passers on the team. Harden. Right,
And
like,
he can
yeah.
knock down the 3. So
I kind of feel like though that out of the
It's hard
playoffs
for me to
team,
turn down the
But see,
LeBron,
I got
Steph
at
You got
game.
least-
Steph and
But I
Lillard
got
in the
at least-
backcourt
but I
with
got-
Bradley Beal on a wing with
but
LeBron
I got
on
at
a wing.
least one defensive player on the other
Doncic.
team.
LeBron could be your 5. LeBron can guard.
Well, he has
Jokic,
to be your 5.
He's the 5.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but that's a beat up 5. He ain't. You could beat him up though. Now you're gonna beat him up. I mean, yes, he can.
I'm
do
sorry.
it.
Is Jokic coming out of the paint to guard anybody?
No, Jokic is on the
I,
perimeter all day.
I understand that part of it, but I got the claw on defense.
I kind of like this.
And
Who's the claw guarding?
888 say ESPN.
Who would he guard?
888-729-3776. Which team are you taking?
I would
Which
put him
team
on
are you
Luka.
taking?
Since he shut Luka down in the playoffs?
After he
And
scored
Luka's
46.
46.
So is it Jay's in the playoffs team of KD, Kyrie, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and Nikola Jokic? Or is it the out of the playoffs team, the eliminated?
But see, I don't know,
Doncic, LeBron, Steph, Dame, and Beal. Which
Why-
team are you taking? 888 say
Why
ESPN,
didn't you put
888-729-3776.
Yeah, because the way Jokic is playing is just different, man. And then it's hard for me to turn down Kawhi. You're watching with Kawhi.
Well, I
Kawhi's
didn't
a
say
soldier.
anything about
Jay,
Kawhi.
say-
All right, so
I
who are you
said-
debating
Jay,
over?
say it.
KD, Kyrie, James, Kawhi.
I'm debating over
Jokic?
Jokic.
Jokic is the MVP this
Want me
year.
to make your case?
I just
Without even
I
saying
don't know,
MVP?
man.
I like shooters. I like people that can make shots.
Free throws down the stretch.
Jokic can make shots. Not only a
No,
great passer,
see,
he can make shots.
I need a couple defenders though, and if I can get Kyrie and I can get Giannis, I got defenders. We know Giannis can't knock down the threes on a consistent basis. He can't shoot from the perimeter on a consistent basis, but he still gives you that inside presence, and he can slide out and play
That's right. I mean,
defense.
look,
That's just me.
I hear you can have Giannis. I mean, you could
we have
make a case where you have AD on the team outside the playoffs.
No, but
too.
you said you didn't know anything about his health.
Well, well, it was questionable. I don't know if he's
ready to go?
play. I don't know.
You don't know if he's willing
It's
to
a legit question. What?
No, it is a legit question, but
He's an injured reserve right now.
I didn't know we was factoring in the health.
He's got a red jersey on.
No, but see,
So I'm
that's
factoring AD's health, not James Harden's health.
That's
I mean,
the
it's just applicable
only
when I want. Apparently.
thing with me
It's
in
your
Jay's
list.
list is I would have swapped out Giannis because I just defensively.
You just don't like Jokic. Just say it.
No, it's not that. It's just
I hear you talk
just
about
like,
Jokic.
I like the way you set it up, but I'm also looking at who's going to play defense if we need them to.
I'm not worried about defense right now.
I mean, have you watched the playoffs? Nobody's playing defense.
But
Anybody that
still-
tries to play defense gets shredded.
Kawhi played defense the other night.
Yeah.
Luka had 45.
Yeah, it wasn't on him though.
It was on an imaginary offensive
teams
player.
are-
Well, that's what
Teams are
they say in the
outscoring other
analytics.
teams.
You know, them analytic boxes they got
Best two-way player in the game.
Who he scored on, when Kawhi was on him, how many points and shots he had on Kawhi versus everybody else. They break it down. I'm just doing their job for him.
You know, we haven't talked about Paul George at all. He's so happy right now. Paul,
he though?
thank you, Kawhi. Thank you, Kawhi.
He has not shot the ball well.
Not bad though, Jay. It was a good.
It was a good list, right? I mean, you
list.
could have had Jason Tatum on that list
Did
outside
you say
the playoffs.
not bad?
Not bad.
That's a hell of a list.
No, I'm just saying not bad. What do you want me to say? I don't get all hyped like you.
Is there
I
any-
get
I get
everything.
excited.
Alan, is there
Everything.
anybody on the out of the
High
playoffs
strung.
list that you would have put on that I didn't
Out
have
of the
on?
playoffs?
Like, would you have Tatum on?
Tatum is a guy that-
Okay, so if you put Tatum on, who would you take off?
Beal.
You would take off Bradley Beal.
Well, here's why. Just like
You got
you're bringing
enough
up
points over there, though,
AD
man.
and his injury proneness, right?
Yeah.
Beal.
Okay.
I mean, Tatum gives me a little like
You got
another
the top 5 scorers in the
another
league
guy.
over there.